Hey, what's up everyone, Woozle Gaming here, and I'm so happy to be here with you all today to show you myself getting an Awakening level 6 weapon and finally getting myself that mastered skill. So, without further ado, let's go and get this baby done. So we're going to go straight to the weapon, we're going to click Awaken, and there we go, we're going to click Flashing Star. So for all leaners out there, you want to master the Flashing Star. There isn't any other choice there that is even worth considering. Flashing Star it is. So for 300,000 gold and 100 sharpened crystals, let's do it. The animation right there. And there we go. It is now awakened. So we now have to enhance this thing. And as you can see, it now has the flashing star in a silvery circle, not a gold one. So you can still tell the difference between enhanced and mastered. So that is absolute lovely. It really is. And for those of you wondering, I didn't manage to get myself any better jewel slots. I did spend some gems on it. I think I spent nearly 5,000 gems, which is 50 rerolls. Didn't get anything better than this, so I'm just keeping with the 2 emeralds and the 2 topaz for the time being. But I did get a fusion jewel made for it because extra HP, and we all know I need more HP, so that's one of the reasons to why I did that. Now we do need to enhance this, so we're going to just use some of the supplies that I have managed to get myself. I have been grinding it out for maybe the last day or so, well, last 2 days I think it is. So I have a lot of supplies to use. You've got all these heroics. I'm hoping from some of these legendary blossom thingies, we should be able to get most of it done. So as you can see, we've really got to level 5. I didn't see the increase there. I should have paid attention, but we'll see the increase on the next one. So let's click OK. And we should definitely get it. I'd be very surprised if we don't, because that alone puts it to 55.6%. And we do have all of these heroics. It does put it up really slowly though. So maybe we're going to be cutting it real close. We should be okay though. We should be okay. So click on more heroics. And yeah, I think we've got plenty. This might not be done in this. No, we've got to do this one, then we've got to do it again. This is an actual gold drain though. The gold has already gone down immensely since I started this recording. But here we go. For level 6, and this gives us a 4 point roughly 3,000 attack power increase, because that's attack power behind the camera if you can't see it. It gives us a 0.1 increase in attack speed, 0.1 in critical rate, and 0.2 in critical damage. So it's not the best overall upgrade. Maybe the attack power is pretty static throughout, I've found so far, but the critical rate and the critical damage is a little lower than usual. But we do get some attack speed in advance as well, so I guess that's okay. So we're going to enhance that, and that will be it. Level 6. And that is an absolute beauty. It really is. It looks good. It's even got a new little icon going around the little 6 as well. It didn't have that little flashy thing. Well, that little I don't even know what you'd call it really. It looks more like a ribbon. You can kind of see it. There isn't really much else to see besides the sides and the bottom anyway. So there's that. Okay, so I've just literally finished setting up my skill points. So I'm going to quickly show you what I've got set up at the moment. So since we have just awakened our weapon to level 6, I have changed it. So we have got Star with our PvE weapon, because I am using my Awaken level 6 as PvE, as my Swiftness weapon isn't quite done yet and I haven't awakened it yet. So once that does happen in the future, I'll be changing the PvE around, so keep that in mind. But for the time being, we are running 20 points in Flashing Star, 20 points in Continuous Pierce, and 20 points in Rage Rampage, running the same skill point distribution in each skill, which is 7 in Offense, 7 in Fatality, 5 in Wisdom, and 1 in Concentration. 1 in Concentration is just because that gets me to the crit cap that I need, so I never miss any crits with skills, unless if the mobs have some form of crit resist or something. Okay, so in combo, I use nothing, mostly because you don't use combos in raids. Combos aren't really needed in co-op dungeons. You can use them, but you don't use them that often. But if you was to put any points in the combos, just focus on one, I'd say. The one that you're most likely to use, which will be the stun one. In my case, it will be Storm Bash. My Storm Bash doesn't deal that much damage, though. And in the passives, I have 5 in offense, 5 in defense, 7 in concentration, 7 in fertility, Now, like I said, I am crit capped, and I can probably change things around just a tiny bit to make it a bit easier. But I am geared mostly for raids, but also for the 210. I'm trying to complete the 210, and I should be able to get that done hopefully this weekend. So I'll do a video on that when I do manage to beat it. I also have all my points in counter attack. That is super important. Counter attack is one of the best methods for you to deal damage on anything. So yeah, definitely learn how to counter and put all your points in counter. Now, the revival one is the only one. It's not necessary, but it does help. So, if you need health, if you are losing a lot of HP, put it in counter attack, and you're just going to heal every single time you counter. If you don't need the HP, then you can take the 7 points out of that and then add it to a combo or something. And on the bottom row, I have the reduced damage. Now, I'm actually going to just quickly take a point out of that and put that in there. That was how it's meant to be. So we have 7 points in reduced damage taken for melee, for range. And we also have 7 points in the last two, which increases your damage to large monsters and reduces your damage from large monsters, which, again, is needed for pretty much anything PvE based, as there's large monsters in adventures, sealed defense, raids, co-op dungeons. It's just in all PvE aspects. Now, going to my PvP. Now, my PvP is a little bit different. I have obviously got the Flashing Star, which is mastered, the Rage Rampage, which is enhanced, and the Assault Fire. That's what I'm running at the moment. I've not tested it, but I'm fairly sure this would be the best setup. I've obviously maxed out Flashing Star, maxed out Rage Rampage, and in Assault Fire, I'm only running 5 points in Wisdom, since I only need the cooldown reduction of the Assault Fire itself. And that is the skills. The combos, I'm running 7 points in offense and 5 in wisdom on Whirling Fire. Is probably our best damaging ability. Plus, we should be able to get 2 Whirling Fires off every single rotation of our skills. So that should work out well, especially with Flashing Star being a slightly longer animation as well. It should definitely work in our favour. Like I said, I'm going to do some tests, and I reckon I can definitely roll off 2 Whirling Fires, and that's one of the reasons why we've got 7 points in offense and 5 points in wisdom as well for Fatal Pummel. When you do Whirling Fire, you get the knockdown as well, so you get the Fatal Pummel followed through. And obviously the Storm Bash only have it in offense, as we will only be using it after we've done the star. We'll get the stun, go straight in with the combo, and you don't really need anything else for the Storm Bash. In passives, I'm running 5 in offense, 5 destruction, 3 out of 7 in concentration, 7 out of 7 in fatality, 5 out of 5 in defense, 5 in the blocking, which is obviously just the PvP stuff. I've also got the HP as well. You definitely want the HP for PvP. HP is super important. Nothing in counter attack, and I have 7 out of 7 in both the reduced damage taken in melee and in range. Mostly because damage reduction does help you from getting killed, so it's a definite plus. So I definitely suggest getting that. And that is pretty much all my skills. Now, I am going to just quickly throw in my runes, because I know some people ask about my runes. I am using the Immortal Gale Flame, which is critical rate, in both slots. The reason I'm using that is because they're the only 2 immortals I have. Plus, I can work around the crit rate at the moment. I haven't done the training grounds in crit rate, and I can still drop some from my weapons. So, I can work around it, and I'm not exactly over crit cap anyway with everything minimum. So, I am still able to work around that, so that's why I'm using those. And I have 2 critical rate resist by 8% in both slots. Again, they're the best ones to have in your blue slots. And in the green, this is where I'm really let down. So I have the legendary speed song. I know you guys can't see because my cam's in the way. That's why I'm reading them out. And obviously this one gives critical damage of all skills by 7.5% and increased critical rate by 1%. And then I've also got in the second one the legendary revival song, which increases critical rate of all skills by 1.5% and chance to recover 1.5% HP on hit. Now, this rune here is the best rune for PvP. And I leave my runes for PvP pretty much all the time, because I don't do too much PvE. And when I am doing PvE, I know I'm not going to win anyway, because I'm not that strong. And I don't really need to spend like 1 million gold every single day just to change the runes around. But this is the best rune to have for PvP. I don't have any immortals, and I only have 1 legendary. That's why I'm still running the legendary speed song. So if you have 2 legendary revival songs or 2 immortal ones, definitely use this rune instead. And that pretty much covers all the rune aspects. Now, the only other thing I can actually show you that I have changed is I have now got the the Red Panda set, so the Red Panda accessory set on my pet. And that is a massive, massive increase. So hopefully some cooldown reduction stuff is going to be much better, including PvP damage. Now I will need to quickly work on my costumes, because my PvP reduction is going to be quite low now, because I have taken my red monkey set off. Now I will probably get some extraction tickets and sort out my red monkey set, just extract it and then add it to my red panda set, just to make myself a bit beefier. But I'll come to that in the slight future. And as you can see, I've got my red panda set on there as well. And if I click details, those are my current stats. Now, obviously, 74.9%. There's no point putting a skill point for 0.1% crit rate. That's why it's that. And as you can see, that's my stats. The PvP damage reduction is relatively low. I should be able to get that fixed quite soon, though. It's just some costumes. And that is pretty much everything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the awakening to level 6 and getting the mastered star. I will be testing it out in my stream that I've literally just done now. So this video is going to be released after the stream's done, even though I've not done the stream yet. It's kind of odd, but that's how it is. So if you want to see the star in action, go check that out now. And thank you guys so much for watching. As always, guys, take it easy. If you did enjoy, make sure to go down below and give it a nice big juicy thumbs up. And don't forget to sub to the channel and click the bell notification to be notified whenever I do go live. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it helps some of you out. I know I answered pretty much all the questions that you guys ask me quite commonly. If you have any more, just let me know in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyways, guys, I'll see you when I see you next. See ya.